the CEO of Seaworthy Shipping, and he's a chief engineer, a very vocal chief engineer, I can say. He's a fellow of the Institute of Marine Engineers. Again, I've had the privilege of knowing him and working with him. He's an author of a book, Spill Prevention and Cleanup in India, and I'm sure you'll find his presentation very, very interesting.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I've already set my alarm, so I won't take more than 10 minutes. Seaworthy means being on time and being perfect and having all your certificates valid. I think some people couldn't answer that question. And that's why I have named my company Seaworthy Shipping. Seaworthy, why I'm telling you this is, I was slightly involved with this ship called Rock Carrier. And her hull and machinery insurance was not valid, so the PNI was not valid. So she's still somewhere in the ocean of India, So I know all about Seaworthy because my name is Seaworthy. Now I'm going to keep my presentation very, very brief. A bit about my background is that I have sailed since I was a very young kid on these extremely small fishing craft. I could do the repairs of a 2-cylinder or 3-cylinder engine by the time I was 8 or 9. And I used to go out to sail with my friends. And I'm very happy Smith has spoken about Jugaad. Because, these guys who sail in the water, the Indian fishermen, their life is all about Jugaad, They don't stay in fancy homes. They wear very simple clothes, just a simple loincloth. And their lives are worth as much as anybody else's, anywhere in the world. Now, my topic here is oil spill response. Oil spills in or near India and the case studies. Now, if you have to search in this place called Wikipedia or Google, then you have to type oil spill experts India and you can see my name. Seaworthy Shipping comes absolutely on number 1 position. It's not because I look nice or I'm fancy or whatever, but my work has started way back in 1986. I started an organization called Ahimsa Warships of Peace and Eco-Sense. And then I went ahead like that, And I built the first houseboat in India of this place in Bombay. And it's a very fine boat. It has about 80 articles on her in the midday Times of India, wherever. You have a lot of film stars who came. But I was not extremely popular with these, the entire lot at Gateway of India. Because I happen to be a Parsi and we Parsi are slightly blunt and outspoken, So, slightly.
Keyword is slightly.
Yeah. So what used to happen is they felt that my poor houseboat was some sort of threat on their launch business. So periodically they used to come and hit my houseboat at full speed, And I used to get these small holes over there. So my idea was that if you hold my vessel, I'll save my vessel. So I could not hire Smiths or some of these very impressive names which are there, but I had to do everything myself. I always kept 3 sets of pumps on my houseboat, and I would keep my houseboat afloat, beach the boat, and do all the repairs on my own boat because there are some insurance people here. I'm really fond of insurance guys. But we can't claim insurance, because even if you're valued at 50 lakhs or 60 lakhs, you're slightly frightened. Will I get paid or not? And if my ship sinks, who's going to pay me? You have the port authorities who are going to send a lot of notices to you and all that. Let me go on to my next slide. This is I'm trying to show why I can speak. Because I have got the largest work done certificate from the owners of MSC Chitra for 800 metric tons. Then I got it from the PNI Club. For the people who don't know what is the importance of PNI Club, a good PNI Club is everything. I mean, I get a lot of offers to do oil spills. And as an oil spill expert, you're something of you're not exactly the wife. You're the sexy girlfriend, that no man wants to say he has one. So you have to do the job the entire cleanup with a lot of privacy, and you have to be very efficient because these guys, as all ship owners, they always claim कि हमारे पास पैसा नहीं है, Shroff, do what you like, yeah. How will we regain? So in one case, I recovered 100 metric tons of oil, which was spilled inside the vessel. Fortunately, I don't want to name also how I recovered it, and I sold it for them through this oil recovery thing. And the guys got paid, so they paid me half, and that was the best oil spill job I did because I got paid nicely. For MSc Chitra, which I did, I don't want to show you photos because it's already evening. I can see some people who have already fallen asleep. I don't want to disturb them. No, so I'll be very brief. So what I did is I told these MSc guys, I know you've had unfortunate incidents and I'm not going to overcharge you. Whatever I put a bill, you pay me a fraction of that. So fortunately, this bill got cleaned up by me. We even now, as I speak, have 1,200 people who are all set to fly off to Nigeria because I feel India is in the safe hands of the Indian Coast Guard. They are absolutely the gods of oil spill and the gods of the sea. I have full faith in them, and they are very efficient and great guys. No, I love the Coast Guard, especially since I'm trying to apply for a few ONGC contracts and all that. Anytime their Saabs come, I have to give them a tight salute and say, sir, do anything, just clear me. And this is the entire definition of an oil spill. Now, I'm sure you have that Anthony Fernandez, Anthony is great and he always gives everybody a CD, So please see my notes over there. I don't want to bore you right now. I've got 2 minutes more, 3 minutes.
No, you got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes.
Okay. Now, this I have just Saab, all the big bosses in Coast Guard were kind enough to give me this. That's the inventory of standards for port facilities. Inflatable booms and all the skimmers, oil spill disposal applicators, spill dispersant in liters, etc. Flex tanks. Now, instead of flex tanks, I have started to make my own boats with the entire skimmer attached. Because I realized that being an engineer, hydraulics is a joke to me, and I own my own vessels. So I've attached the entire skimmer to these boats, and that is far more efficient than any of the skimmers I've seen in action. Half these skimmers, they turn topsy-turvy, and I don't want to go to anybody and say, hey, your entire product which is worth 16 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs, is a piece of crap and I can do it better. So I do it better and I use it for my own things and very quietly. I don't call the newspapers. I don't do any hoo and ha, and my poor wife suffers, Because every time we want to build these new skimmers and new boats, we are going in a financial loss. So I have signed myself over to her as a permanent slave. Okay, please allow me to do my inventions and my thing about oil spills, and you are the owner of Seaworthy Shipping. I don't know how many of you who must have been introduced by now. Okay, please meet my owner. So now let me go on. Now, inflatable booms. I realize that we Indians build the best booms, the best skimmers, and everything in the world. In fact, I was just trying to have a word with our friends in ABC that I want that small space you have got to build my own inflatable booms because the foreign ones are so ridiculously expensive, sir. And I can do it at a fraction of the cost over here. I was just thinking. I see these are all notes, levels of response and all is there in the CD. I'm sure you don't want me to bore you. Okay, my 10 minutes are up, so Anthony, should I continue? Okay. Why should I bore people with heavy stuff? Yeah. Please, if you are interested, just read it in the notes, Last thing I want to do is bore you. Now, I worked free of charge for this ship which sank by the name of the Southern Star. I was called by the Bangladesh government and they said, Saab, you are a truck owner, you're such a sweet guy, you flew down. Now please do the entire cleanup for free. I said, I love you and you're a great country, but please, you have to pay me, otherwise I'll fly back. That's the best thing I can do to myself, you know. Now what I did, now we